Hello everyone on YouTube, Lupus Creepus here, and a while ago I posted a Q&A announcement video, and I'm rather happy to see I got quite a few responses. It seems like a lot of you are actually interested in me. So without further delay, I figure I'll just go through this list and answer what I can. I'll try to condense a little bit, so maybe combine a few questions if they're kind of similar. So if it seems like I skipped over your question, I was trying to tie it into maybe another one. So first off, what was the first horror film you watched, and what age were you? Well, to be honest, I don't remember what my first horror movie was. I was really young, so maybe the first one that I remember, at least an early one that affected me, was John Carpenter. I believe he did the remake of The Thing, and I saw that when I was a little kid, and it scared the hell out of me. I stayed up for got at least a couple of weeks just imagining those monsters coming after me, and yeah, that was not a fun week. So that may not be the first, but at least one of the earliest ones that affected me. First creepypasta you ever read, and what is your favorite pasta? The first one would be Moriana Mordegard Glesgorv. I did a video on that before because it was my, first creepypasta. And it was kind of the one that kicked off everything. It was just really interesting to me. Just an interesting concept. This kind of supernatural video that, was killing people and making them do weird things. And that kind of drew me into, creepypasta in general. As for favorite pasta, there's just so many, it's hard to pick one. One of the first ones that come to my head is Mr. Widemouth. That was one that always kind of just stuck with me. It was a very interesting story, a really interesting creature that at first doesn't really, seem dangerous, and then you start realizing he's trying to kill this kid. And then the little twist that they put at the end, that just went perfectly with it. It was a very well done creepypasta. I don't know if it's really my favorite. I'd have to really think about all that, but I can tell you at least it's one of them that's on my top. Now we got an odd question: death by poison or bleed out? Poison, because if I was bleeding out, that meant that I got stabbed or something, and that would hurt, and I don't like pain. What led to your decision to start narrating? I'm a creative person. I like writing. I like doing videos. But I'm also lazy. So, after listening to some narrators and all that, I thought, that seems really interesting. I would like to do that. And also, I made this channel to kind of push myself to start doing more things creatively, like, to kind of help myself get inspired to, keep doing things. And I figure if, I'm too lazy to sit down and write something or make a video, I know at least I can sit down for a little bit every week and read a story, add some music to it, and put it on here. I can at least do that. And, maybe from there, if I keep doing that, it'll help push me to do more other things creatively, like, help lead to the Will It Kill Me series and to other stories that I'm writing. So I think it's working so far. Why the canine? I'm a big werewolf person. Werewolves are awesome. And I wanted to kind of have a little bit of a motif for my creepypasta, I guess, persona. And what I felt fit me would be a werewolf, since, that's what I like. My girlfriend, Becca, you've seen her once on the One Man Hide and Seek video. She actually helped think up the name, and I was thinking for about a week what I'm going to call myself. I give her 10 minutes, and she's got a name for me. I know it has the whole, stereotypical creep in there, but I like it. What is the end goal of your channel? As I mentioned, to push myself to do more things creatively. That's definitely number one there. I'd love to do other things besides narrating, though. Almost make kind of like a little paranormal in general channel. Like that. That's why I started Will It Kill Me. I have a few other ideas that I would like to accomplish. Maybe started to do some kind of investigations or interviews. trying to do more real life experiences, while also maybe trying to figure out ways to do more viewer interaction, like riddles with prizes. What do you consider the most important aspect of your channel? I really enjoy the narrations, and I've been told I have a unique voice, so I'm really glad of that. But it's more like I mentioned earlier, kind of the real life stuff that I like to try to incorporate. So I'd say it's doing things like Will It Kill Me, or potentially doing more things like Will It Kill Me. Nobody's really investigated some of these, like, ritual pastas or myths, and I think that is really interesting. Ritual pastas have always been, one of my favorites, just because I like kind of seeing what people come up with and how these acts, come together to form some kind of goal and the dangers that could come with it. That's why I think it'd be interesting to really explore them, see if people are just making things up or if maybe there's actually something out there. I would say leaning more toward the real world would be one of the most important aspects, even though I haven't done as much just with the one segment, but I really would like to start pushing more for that. Favorite horror movie, book, and overall story? Again, there's just so many, it's hard to pick just one. I could tell you one of my favorite books, well, I guess that would be a general story. I really like The Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. It's a great series, really interesting. It's got horror aspects, comedy, action, adventure, mystery. I would highly recommend it to anybody who wants a really good book read. The TV show I thought wasn't that bad either, but I prefer the books over that. What is your favorite monster from any story, creepypasta, and movie? Since this is mostly a creepypasta channel, I'll try to narrow it down to just creepypasta. The Rake. For some reason, is when I read The Rake, that was one that just that scares me more than Slender Man or any of the other ones. Just I can just imagine just laying back in bed and then waking up and seeing this thing just staring at you. That's really all it does. It just look at you, and just the overall design of it just, ugh, it gets to you. And all it does is just sit and stare at you. And, it has a few other things that the story said it does, but it doesn't really attempt to kill you, except in certain stories. But I much prefer the more mental attack rake. The rake that's just going to sit in bed, stare at you, whisper things to you, and then let you go crazy from it. What are your plans for Halloween? That was something I was mulling over for a while, and I finally figured out something. I have a special narration planned. I'm going to try to get all 3 parts of it done before Halloween, but it's a very difficult story. I'll just go ahead and say it. I actually plan on doing a reading of H.P. Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu. So far, I have the first section done, depending on my schedule and how everything kind of goes this month. I'm going to try to do the other 2 parts as well before Halloween, but if not, the first section, The Horror in the Clay, is already done and ready to go, and I was going to do that for Halloween. Lovecraft has been a favorite old-time horror author, and he comes up with some great stuff, and Cthulhu is just kind of classic horror. Everyone, in the horror genre knows Cthulhu, and I thought that would make a perfect Halloween special narration. Have you ever had any paranormal encounters at any time of your life? Not really. I know a few of my friends have said that they've had things and all that, but not me. And in fact, I've had so little happen to me that my friends have dubbed me a paranormal cockblock. Nothing paranormal will happen if I'm around. The only thing I could think of is one small time. I was laying in bed, and for some reason I woke up. There wasn't a sound or anything like that, just random wake up. And I leaned forward to see what time it was, because I couldn't just, lay back and look at the clock. And I put my hand in my lap, and I suddenly felt something grab it. And at first I kind of pulled back, and I'm like, what the hell? When I realized it resisted, I freaked the hell out. I'm not afraid to say that I screamed. I'm not used to this sort of stuff, so, my family came rushing. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, something grabbed me. And they're like, you had a nightmare. So, well, I ended up going back to sleep, and nothing has ever happened to me since. What kind of music do you enjoy? I'd say I listen to a lot of random things, but I like rock mostly. Definitely say I lean more toward rock. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? One horse-sized duck. That would help to, like, keep an eye on everything around me. Plus, if I kill that one, then it's over. I could take a duck. Is life black and white or multicolored? Well, when I look outside, I see red, blue, green, black, and white, so I'll go with multicolored. What does the fox do? Yiff? I don't know. I assume be cute and cuddly and do fox things. What's your favorite Skittles flavor? Alright, remember when they had those, like, green apple Skittles? Those were hella good. I miss those, and I want those back. Favorite serial killer? I don't condone serial killing. I just want to throw that out there right now. Serial killing is bad. But I guess if I had to pick a favorite serial killer, I guess Jack the Ripper. Just the whole, like, mythology and legend around him and all that stuff just makes for interesting ideas. And I'm going to skip this other question, because I don't think that's a good thing to describe on YouTube. Are you writing any new stories? Yeah. Actually, I do have quite a few ideas in my head. I need to find the time to sit down and actually write them. That's kind of been a bit of my problem, is finding time to sit down and actually push myself to work on some of my more creative ideas. I do have quite a few story ideas in my head, and as soon as I get them down, I will let all of you know. And more than likely, you will probably see a narration of them. What are your thoughts on the bedtime series? My personal favorite. I actually really do like the bedtime series, though it wasn't until fairly recently that I discovered that it was a series. I thought it was just the one story, the very first story. That's all I heard or have seen when I was looking at these. Until very recently, I found out that there were other stories after that first one, and they were all really good. I listened to all of them, and he did a really good job. It gets really intense later on, especially at the end. Very good series. In a sort of GG way, who is your favorite narrator? This is probably going to sound rather cliche, but one of the first narrators I listened to was Mr. Creepypasta, so I guess I'll have to go, with him. He's a very good narrator, I definitely have to say. Very good at what he does, and, one of the first people that really started doing it. I also really like David Cummings on the No Sleep podcast. If you haven't listened to that, it's a very good creepy story podcast featuring stories from the No Sleep Reddit and the Library of Shadows Reddit. Very good. Seasons 1 and 2 are completely free to listen to, and season 3 is going on now, and they kind of have a pay for more content and a free version for like the first few stories. Do you have any special little rituals you do before recording? Particularly, no. I just kind of, get myself ready, get things together, sit down, get my story up, and just start going at it. Though now I'm going to have to start making sure that my mic's on, because halfway through doing this, I had to start over and realized I didn't turn my mic on. So I guess that would be my special ritual, is double checking my mic all the time. That actually looks to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, find out a little bit more about me. Maybe later on I might do another one of these if, I didn't answer any questions that you wanted to hear or anything like that. I can fill the gaps in then. And again, if I didn't quite get to your question, I apologize. There are, were quite a few here, and I realized this video or this recording has been going on for, quite a while. Like I said, I tried to combine a few questions, so if maybe I answered, one of your questions and another question, I tried not to double up there. But anyway, thanks for showing interest, and I'll be bringing you more creepy stories and hopefully some new content here soon. Take care, everyone. Lupus Creepus out.